Good morning, everyone. This is Marla Miller from marlamiller.com, offering, I think it's our 15th or our 16th quick query critique. We have some construction going on outside, so I'm hoping that it won't interfere with this. If it does, I guess I'll have to do this one over. But I wanted to get to a couple of query letters that were leftovers from the Southern California Writers Conference. I did 2 workshops there, and they were very busy. We did, I think, 20 query letters. From that, I have developed a couple of blog posts about the difference between, one is about the difference between a quick query critique and a content critique, and I think that it's critical that writers understand the difference. So go to my musings at marlamiller.com and look for my blog post. It should be fairly prevalent or present, or what's the word I'm looking for? It's there. Okay, but I do have 2 query letters that I do want to get to ASAP, because these writers are waiting for them, and they paid good money to go to the Southern California Writers Conference, although it is a deal. And so I want to give them some feedback. This one is, Dear Mr. X, she has an age in mind. In a world one step from ours, where secretive magicians called casters subtly pull the strings of power, 2 lovers struggle for possession of an ancient relic that threatens to ignite their family's century-long Cold War and give the victor mastery over life and death. College student Kate Hamilton, born without magical ability, has always felt like a pariah amongst her caster kin. When she agrees to guard an old and powerful magical stone for her brother, she is drawn back to a world that holds only danger for a young woman, defenseless against the hostile spells of her family's enemies. After the stone's magic transforms Kate into a new and deadly form of caster, she must uncover the secrets and lies of both her family and her lover, rival family heir Christophe Marquise, who struggles with his growing feelings for Kate even as he tries to steal the stone to serve his own ambition. If she is to gain control of the stone's dark power, she must choose whom to trust, her family, her lover, or herself. My science fiction and horror short stories have been published by Blank and Tweet the Meat. I am a member of the Romance Writers of America. My career in marketing and my MBA will be an asset in promoting and marketing my work. Cast into Darkness is a 95,000 word urban fantasy which should appeal to the fans of Kim Harrison, Kelly Armstrong, and Jim Butcher. I have enclosed the first 15 pages. Sincerely. Okay. First of all, I'm assuming that she's enclosed the first 15 pages because she followed the agent's protocol. And some agents say, send the query, but also send the first 10, or 20 pages or the first chapter. So I'm assuming that she's just following the instructions that the agency offered. Okay. What do I think of this story? Well, it got my attention. I do not read urban fantasy, but if I did, this one might interest me. But there's just a couple of things that I think that this author should take a look at. I like the idea that she doesn't have magical ability and then she develops it. And as she develops it, the tension increases. But I would encourage her to look at the presentation of this story summary because it's a bit confusing. One of the reasons why I think it is because she's got a sentence in here that is about 4 lines long, and you can check the website because I always post the query letters there as well. And she's putting too much information in that sentence, so take a look at it. It begins with, after the stone's magic transforms Kate. So I would break that up. So this is essentially a story of whodunit, and she added a note. She wanted to know, this writer asked me if I would comment on the appropriateness of her offering her credentials, which don't have a lot to do with, some of them don't have a lot to do with this story. She's an MBA, and she's also a member of the Romance Writers of America. Okay, a little confusing. She presents her credentials before she defines Cast into Darkness as an urban fantasy. And she says that she's with the Romance Writers of America. So this kind of threw me off. If in fact this is a romance, which it certainly could be, it could be an urban fantasy romance, then I would get closer, marry those two terms more closely together. And otherwise, you know, she could start out with her second paragraph, college student Kate Hamilton, born without magical ability. She could start it out that way and then weave the first paragraph into her prose in the second paragraph. But that's a judgment call. But I like it. I think that it's well crafted. And other than giving just a bit too much information in one sentence that tended to confuse me because I had to take a breath even to finish the sentence, I would encourage this author to recraft this one more time, resubmit it to me if she'd like, before she sends it off to an agent. And as always, I always want to hear, once you do that, what the agent said, because those are learning experiences, whether they pick you up or not. It's very useful. Rejections are useful, and in terms of learning how you should do your query letters differently, perhaps, or learning what not to do in a query letter. And in this one, the only thing that she does that is a bit off-putting is she's confusing in that second paragraph. So I hope that this helps. Until next time, tell your friends about marlamiller.com. We would appreciate it.